I call the honourable member for Wannon.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister. Will the Prime Minister inform the House how abolishing the world's largest carbon tax will help families and small businesses in my electorate?
I call the honourable the Prime Minister.
Well, Madam Speaker, it is indeed the world's biggest carbon tax, but it's loved by members opposite. It's loved by members opposite, but it is rightly opposed by the member for Wannon. And, Madam Speaker, it is a very important question from the member for Wannon, because the Portland aluminium smelter is in his electorate, and the whole point of the carbon tax is to reduce Australia's aluminium production by 61%. It's in the Labor Party's
The member for Moreton will remove himself under 94A.
own figures. It's in the Labor Party's own figures that they published in government. Aluminium production in this country comes down by 60%.
The Prime Minister will resume his seat. There is far too much noise in the chamber. I can't even hear the answer myself. So there's to be silence in the chamber while the Prime Minister has the call. Prime Minister has the call.
So, Madam Speaker, scrapping the carbon tax, it will give the aluminium industry a fighting chance. It will give the iron and steel industry a fighting chance of survival in this country, and that's what we want to do. We want to give the decent workers, the honest businesses of this country, the best possible chance to flourish, and that's exactly what scrapping the carbon tax does. Scrapping the carbon tax removes a 9% impost on power prices. It removes a $9 billion a year handbrake on our economy. And, Madam Speaker, scrapping the carbon tax removes a $550 a year hit on the budget of the average Australian family. Now, Madam Speaker, the member for Wannon asked about cost of living. The best thing you can do to improve Australians' cost of living is to scrap the carbon tax, and to scrap it now, because that will save the average household $550
The member for McMahon will desist.
And, Madam Speaker, scrapping the carbon tax will reduce prices. As the chairman of the ACCC has said, what went up will come down when you take away the carbon tax. Let me repeat that, Madam Speaker. The chairman of the ACCC said, what went up will come down when you take away the carbon tax. The Energy Supply Association of Australia said savings from the removal of the carbon tax will be fully passed through to gas and electricity consumers once the Australian Parliament repeals the legislation. So that's our challenge. That's our challenge, to repeal this legislation to get prices down, to save Australian families $550 a year on average. But, Madam Speaker, there's a very clear difference in this parliament. The government wants to save the households of Australia $550 a year. The Labor Party wants to add $550 a year to their costs. And, Madam Speaker, even if the carbon tax goes in this parliament, elect that mob and it comes straight back in, because Labor loves taxes.